What a guan, what a guan, what a guan. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Got a great show for you guys today. I know yesterday we talked about, it was a pretty heavy show, pretty serious show. Today I promised you guys it would be much lighter, much more entertaining. Downright funny, actually. Some may argue hilarious, even. Trust me on this. Trust me. Mana let no down. Hello, Tamika. Welcome to the show. Hello, Igwe's daughter. Hey. What else do we got here? Hello, skincare do's and don'ts. Nice. Welcome. Anybody else we got in the show here? So far, hello, Tim. Hello, Angelique Uezimana. I'm getting better at your name, I think. I hope. Man, yeah. Today is an exciting day. Hope you guys had a great one so far. Yeah. This show was pretty hilarious. It's hilarious and educational, right? Nothing beats a good story. And today the story is quite hilarious. I promise you should be bursting out laughing. Okay. Let's get into this.
Today I'm going to go over a couple videos actually. growwithjo, she posted a video. It's got 1.7 million views.
1.7 million views. This is a year ago. This video now has something like 10 million views. 10 million views.
7 million people were tricked into thinking they could burn 1,000 calories in 20 minutes.
1,000 calories in 20 minutes. Yeah.
How? Well, by doing HIIT cardio, of course. So she's going to show exactly how to do this in the video. Exactly how. I've already seen the video, and it's going to be an utter roast of moronicity on how she's spewing lies.
I don't even know if that's a word. I don't think that's a word, but let's go with it.
You're not going to burn 1,000 freaking calories in 20 minutes. No one in the world could do this. No one. Not even the winning 20-minute mile champion runner, Olympic athlete, freak phenom could not do it. Nobody. As in zero people on this planet. That includes anyone from another planet like Superman. No one can do that. 1,000 calories in 20 minutes. Maybe it was a typo. Maybe she...
Not even Superman can do this. In case you guys didn't catch that, 1,000 calories in 20 minutes. I know when I jump on the bike and I go to moderate pace, I'm burning like 100 calories in 50 minutes. 150 minutes. At the end of 45 minutes, when I'm all warmed up, 300 calories, 300 in 45 minutes. I'm in shape. But hey, maybe this lady's in superhuman shape or something. Although, as he said, not even Superman could do this, right?
He meant to say 100. You can't burn 1,000 calories. She could not do it in an hour. She could not. I would bet as much money as I'll ever make in my life that she can't burn 1,000 calories in an hour.
I'm going to agree with him here. Like I said, I do 300 calories going at a decent pace on my spin bike, right? 300 calories. To try to crack 1,000, yeah, nah. For sure as hell, not in 20 minutes. Maybe I could double that in 1 hour, 600 calories, but not 1,000. Yeah, I doubt that.
So let's watch the video and see why she's an idiot and scamming you all into believing this. Trust me, it's just more spews for more views. So you start with 5-minute warm-up before doing your intense 20-minute HIIT workout on the treadmill. So far, this advice is good. You should warm up before doing HIIT cardio because it's very intense.
You should warm up before any form of exercise. Don't be pulling any muscles, tweaking anything. Remember, you guys, you're not 16 or 18 anymore, most likely. YouTube's metrics show that my typical view is over the age of 30. So yeah, you guys better warm up. You're not a spring chicken anymore.
Basically, you walk for 3-4 minutes, and then you do a really slow jog, and then you stand there watching the timer count down with 30 seconds to go. Then, when the timer gets to 0 or to 5 minutes of warm-up, you then sprint for 30 seconds. And by sprint, I mean you do a jog. After this...
That's not sprinting what she's doing. Sprinting is all-out sprinting, like what you see in the Olympics. You don't run as fast, obviously, but it's all out. Like when you were a kid and you're chasing after somebody, when you're done, that's all-out HIIT. And you can't do HIIT for 30 seconds. No one can do HIIT for 30 seconds, unless you're some Olympic-level athlete. 30 seconds, think about it. The 100 meters, people finish that 10, 12, 15. Let's say you do it in 20 seconds. That's all out, all out. You're gassed at the end, exhausted, panting, heaving. That's all out. That's what HIIT is supposed to be. Not a jog, not a fast jog, or even a run. That's not HIIT. That's like interval training. For you people that have done running or triathlons, you might be familiar with interval training, fast run, then a slow jog or a walk, and then a fast run, but not the sprint.
You stand there and watch the timer go down for another 90 seconds. You're allowed to walk after if you want, but it's basically a period of high intensity followed by a recovery period. That is, in fact, what HIIT cardio is. However, the HIIT part, the HIIT portion, should be done at a higher intensity than what was demonstrated. What she's doing is called interval training, or moderate intensity interval training. What is that? That's when you go at a moderate pace, somewhat hard, but not crazy, oh my goodness, hard. And she's doing 10 sets of this for 30 seconds, okay? If you're doing true HIIT cardio, you shouldn't be doing more than 5 sets in a workout.
Like I said earlier, HIIT is all out, balls to the wall. I can't comprehend somebody doing that 10 times. Imagine sprinting 10 times in a row. Like all out sprint till you can't, you're heaving. And then you take a break and then you do that again 9 more times? Yeah, I don't think so. Unless you're trying to get cardiac arrest or something.
And your rest needs to be way more than 90 seconds because your body needs more than that much time to adapt for the...
This is so true. Anybody that's done heavy squats before knows you're not recovered in 90 seconds. No, 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 no. And that's not even like sprinting, right? Again, all out sprinting as running as fast as you can, right? If you do heavy leg work, you're not ready in 90 seconds. I mean, typical thing for power lifters, 4 like up to 9 minutes, depending. You do some doubles, heavy sets, we're lifting, doing 2 reps. You may rest 7, 8, 9 minutes, right? That's not unheard of, just to recover.
The extreme demands of the utter crazy, all-out, insane workout that you just did. And during this period of 90 seconds rest, because you're following along, you're doing this with her. During this rest, you get to read the little quotes of information. So, quote number 1, tip 1. HIIT can burn a lot of calories in a short amount of time. Research shows that you burn 20...
This is true, short amount of time. A lot of people get hooked on the short amount of time. But think of how much suffering you're going to have to do in that short amount of time, right? It's not this fast jog that this lady is doing, right? Or fast run. It's all out. Or you're on a bicycle, pedaling as fast as you can. For those of you that done spin class, imagine going as fast as you can to the point where your legs are almost willing to flip off the thing. For those of you that have gone that hard in a spin bike, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost dangerous. If it was a real bicycle, you'd probably crash, right? Imagine doing that all the time. Several times, and then you're doing this a couple times a week, couple weeks, months. Are you really going to do that? Are you that disciplined? Are you like a professional athlete or something? Probably you're not going to keep doing that, right? That shit is intense. Needless to say, incredibly painful. Incredibly painful. The burn you're going to be feeling. The burn. Intense pain. I don't know, man. I don't think you guys can do that for a couple of weeks at a time. I don't think so.
25 to 30% more calories than the other forms of exercise. Well, we don't clarify what those other exercise forms are, and let's assume it's correct, and let's pick the top number, 30% more. That's great. All right. So in 20 minutes, let's round up and assume this girl weighs about 155 pounds. I don't know how tall she is. She might be lighter or heavier. I don't know. That's an average weight for a human being, about 155 pounds. You burn 100 calories in a mile. 100. Let's assume that the HIIT cardio burns 30% more. We're taking her exact numbers. 100 times 30% more, 130 calories per mile. She is running at 9 miles an hour. Let's pretend that she doesn't even rest for those 90 seconds. Let's pretend she's still running.
If you notice, he's breaking down how ridiculous the claims are. All right. A 9-minute pace is a pretty fast pace. But those of you who don't run or have never ran, 9 minutes is very fast. I know at my peak, when doing triathlons, the 5K or to do a 5K, I could do an 8-minute 5K, 8 minutes per mile 5K, that is, right? To maintain 9 minutes for some long ass period of time, that's crazy. That is incredible, right? Yeah, yeah.
She's an Olympic level athlete. Olympic athletes, in fact, Coach Greg could run at 9 miles an hour for 20 minutes when he used to run. I could do that for a long time. I used to do triathlons. So let's see, how many calories would she burn if she in fact sprinted the entire 20 minutes at 9 miles per hour? We're gonna see what the actual calories burned are because I am actually good at math, unlike most of the world who are morons. I had to double check, I didn't want to make a mistake. 9-minute mile, she runs for 20 minutes. That is 1/3 of 60 minutes. That means she would run 1/3 of 9. 1/3 of 9 is 3 miles. 3 miles of running at 155-pound body weight equals 300 calories. Let's assume the 30% increase from doing HIIT cardio, and it rounds up to 390, which rounds up to 400 calories in the 20-minute workout. The title says, easiest way to burn 1,000 calories, 20-minute intense HIIT work.
Now, you guys see the problem here, right? This stuff is essentially clickbait, right? 1,000 calories in 20 minutes. Sounds too good to be true, but we want it to be true. We want it to be true. We need it to be true. We don't got the time to work out. Who's got 20 minutes? Who's got an hour? But maybe if we can burn 1,000 calories in 20 minutes. You just need to have a calorie deficit of 500 calories a day approximately for a week to burn a pound of fat, right? To lose a pound. This person is doing double that, supposedly in 20 minutes. Think about that for a second. If they keep this pace up, they would lose 2 pounds a week. In 20 minutes, that's it. Like magic. It's like magic.
Workout. If she sprinted the entire workout, it would be 400 calories if I round up. She said it's 1,000. 400, last I checked, is a smaller number than 1,000.
The other thing too here, right? If you're going that hard, you at the end of that, you can't do anything else. You can't do anything else. So again.
So let's say she ran for an hour sprint at 9 miles an hour. She, if we round up, would burn 1,200 calories. But really, she's only running 9 miles because it wouldn't be HIIT. If you could run that speed for an hour, it would be called running.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I gotta laugh. Yeah, he would call running. At this point in time, why would you want to run at that speed, that intensity for an hour? Just jog for an hour. You're not gonna burn as many calories, no doubt about it, but it's a hell of a lot less suffering. Just imagine running, that's like a race. A race. Like you're trying to go as fast as you can for an hour. That's some crazy kind of suffering. That's usually when you're training for something like a marathon, half marathon, something like that, right? Some endurance thing, some obstacle course. That's not like your everyday workout or a couple times a week workout. You'll kill yourself. You'll break something. You will burn yourself out.
For an hour, 9 miles. That's great. That's a good time. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good speed. It's close to how fast I could run when I was at my prime. At her body weight, it would...
This guy is a world-class athlete. For you guys who've never heard of him, those muscles are real. Those muscles are real. And he was once ranked international as a cyclist on top of it. And he has several world records in lifting. The world is a very big place. So he's a genetic freak. He could do 9 minutes a mile for an hour. He's a genetic freak. You see these muscles?
Burn 900.
You see those veins popping out? I ain't got muscles like that. I'm pretty sure none of you got muscles like that. That's real. This dude has world records. I don't care what you have a world record in, but he has several world records. Several, as in plural. I think he knows what he's talking about.
Calories. So, what's the easiest way to burn 1,000 calories? It's actually to run 10 miles if you're 155 pounds at a steady state the entire time. Because guess what?
Steady state cardio. HIIT is sexy, right? Oh, I do high intensity exercise. But I've already explained why that's difficult as hell. Steady state, less sexy. Very effective. Easy to do. Easy to do. You can be at that bike at a moderate pace or the Stairmaster on the low setting, lowest, one level up maybe, or going for a brisk walk outside. You can listen to something, watch a TV, watch Netflix on your phone, and burn calories. Like I said, I burn 300 calories in 45 minutes on the bike. I'm entertaining myself while I do this. If I was doing HIIT, there'd be no entertaining, just a lot of suffering. For what? To save 25 minutes? I don't think so.
She's in fact resting for 90 seconds between these little sprints. So she's only actually traveling 30 seconds out of the 2 minutes, which is 1/4 that distance. So in 20 minutes, she's only actually traveling 1/4 of 3 miles. That's 0.75 miles, which is 75 calories, multiplied by 1.3 is about 96. So what she really did is burn 100 calories. Hence the typo. Hence, it's not 1,000 calories, it's 100. The easiest way to burn 100 calories, and it's in fact not the easiest. It should have been retitled. A hard way to burn 100 calories in 20 minutes.
Like I said, this is the harder way to do it, man. This HIIT stuff, harder way to do it. More power to people that do it. I've done it, but most recommendations are you don't do this thing too many times for the week, 2-3 times for the week. You don't want to create excess wear and tear on your joints, tendons, etc.
Do you think she'd get 1.7 million views if she said that? There's a 0% chance that she would get that. Okay, so she doesn't actually say she's burning 1,000 calories in the 20-minute workout. But she's saying she's burning 1,000 calories throughout the day because of EPOC. EPOC can burn maybe 5 to 15% more calories. Probably 10 for most people.
Yeah, this is post-exercise consumption. It's the burn you get, for example, heavy squatting or deadlifts, etc. There's a knock-on effect after exercise, and that's what this person is referring to. But it's not that awesome. It's not that awesome.
She says this workout burns 200 to 300 calories. So she says EPOC results in 70% more calories burnt than at rest. Not the 5 to 15% that actually happens, but 70%. So
she's inflating her numbers, basically. Dramatically inflating her numbers.
She burnt, let's say 300. Let's say it was 300. 70% of 300 is 200 calories, which would make it 500. 300 plus 200 is 500. Not 1,000. To burn 1,000, EPOC would have to be 300+%.
That's not what it is. It's not 300+%. Again, think of this, right? Sounds too good to be true, right? This person is working backwards to make that 1,000 calorie number work. The math doesn't add up, right? And just common sense. If you could burn 1,000 calories in an hour, or 20 minutes rather, you wouldn't need to do anything else. Everybody would look fantastic. We would all look fantastic.
You can't just exercise and burn 200 or 300 calories and then magically it burns 700 or 800 more than the rest of the day. If that were true, everyone would be doing it. It would be the world record for calorie burns. No one would have to train hard ever again. 20 minutes would be enough. V-Shred would be a genius. You are recovering from that workout. You are burning a few extra calories. It's only about 10%. It's not 70, which she claims. And it's not 350%, which is what she's actually saying. So she got all her percents wrong. So even if she's right, she's wrong. Does that make...
That's crazy, right? Even with this person's outlandish claims and numbers, even when you crunch her numbers, they still don't add up. This shows you how outlandish these claims are. They should be asking themselves, why do these people do this? Why do they do this? What's the incentive? Is it an accident? Is it an accident? Is it our fault for believing this kind of stuff? Is it our fault for being gullible? Is it their fault for making this? I don't know, man.
Make any sense. So do you know why she's saying this? Because she's tried other videos. You think her other videos are getting these kind of views? Well, let's see. We'll get back to this, finish this off later, but for now I want to show you why. 20-minute booty workout.
That sounds like a real workout. 20-minute booty workout. Glute bridges. That'll help tone your booty, right? That stuff isn't easy. It's definitely hard.
Well, that's going to get a lot of views, right? 9,000 views. 9,000, not 9 million.
Now, I'd be happy with 9,000 views. But of course, if this person's getting millions of views, 9,000 isn't so hot, right?
9,000. You know why? Because the 20-minute booty workout, that's work. That's too hard. I want a booty, but I don't want to have to work out for 20 minutes to get it.
Again, is it our fault for being gullible and wanting to have our cake and eat it too? Or is she wrong for making that video? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you guys think, right? Is it our fault? Or is it their fault, right? I mean, nobody's forcing anybody to try this lady's crazy videos, right? Her workouts, or to watch the videos. Those titles, they're so seductive, so enticing. You just want to click. You just want to click. You want to click, even if it's just to disprove what they're saying. But most people, unfortunately, want to believe, and they do believe, which is the danger, right? Because if you believe this stuff, you know what you're going to do? Oh, I just burned 1,000 calories. I can eat more. I can work out less. And then they wonder why they did this stuff and are putting on weight or not losing weight. So this stuff has consequences. This misleading information has consequences to the people who believe it. Serious consequences. Serious consequences.
That is the video you should be watching. That is the video that will actually teach you something.
Shout out to Igwe's daughter with the super chat. Thank you so much. Igwe's daughter says, with steady state cardio, don't you have to be careful not to do too low of an intensity? If you can easily hold a conversation, shouldn't you consider increasing intensity just a tad? Better results? Yes and no. One of the things to generally say, the general rules of thumb is if you're doing steady state cardio, is that you can actually talk normally, relatively speaking. I mean, think about it. You guys this may jog your memory. You're in the gym, you see somebody with a great body on the treadmill, and they look like they're chilling on the treadmill. They're just walking, but they look great. This is not an accident, right? Granted, they're not fat, right? But just walking at a steady pace has great results. You don't have to have some crazy intensity, huffing and puffing at all. You do not. You know, some of the benefits of just simply walking is with blood sugar management, right? This is why walking after meals are great, or just walking in general. That's why Fitbit, Apple Watch, all these things became so popular. You get your 10,000 steps in a day, that adds up. Think about this. Your parents, at least your grandparents, they weren't going to the gym. For sure, your great-grandparents weren't going to the gym. They were slim. They were just walking around. No high-intensity exercises. No, all steady state. Cooking, cleaning, walking around outside, hammering on a fence, moving, lifting something up. No high-intensity stuff they were doing, unless they were running in a race or something. Great question. Great question.
That is actually a real workout video. But no, you're not watching that one.
Nope.
What about this one? How I lost 5 pounds in a week. Views, not 11 million, 11,000 views. Why?
5 pounds in a week is pretty damn good, right? I'm pretty sure almost everybody here, if I could lose 5 pounds a week, I would be goddamn ecstatic. Even when I was fat, if I lost 5 pounds a week, I was ecstatic. I would have been ecstatic. If you're losing 5 pounds a week, you're usually, like, say, plus 300 pounds, stuff like that. You're really pretty big to lose 5 pounds in a week. But even that didn't impress people. 11,000 views, right? That didn't impress people because we want something from it. We're looking for that magic bullet. It took us years to put on the weight, but we want it to disappear in weeks or hell, days. Forget weeks, days.
Why? Because it's only 5 pounds. I'm not going to watch a video. She should have said 20. How I lost 20 pounds in a week. I'm watching it. 11 million views. Let's see how you do it. You probably stretch for breakfast. You probably stretch after breakfast. Maybe you power walk and do yoga. Those kind of...
Obviously, he's being sarcastic here, right? But I mean, it's crazy, but this is how people think, right? I mean, I was there myself. And if you are there now, you need to drag yourself out of there, man. You're not gonna get the results you want. I guarantee you, you're not gonna get the results you want.
Videos are getting millions of views. Do this every morning to lose flabby arms. Slimmer arms in 7 days. Yeah, I'll watch that video. Yeah, you did. 6 million views. Because why?
Do you realize how silly that is? You're gonna hold your arm up and do this and lose the flabbiness. Well, I don't have any flabbiness here, but let's pretend I had flabbiness here. You're gonna lose the flabbiness there. I mean, really. Think of how ridiculous that is. I'm gonna stand here and roll my arms in a circle. Actually, watch that video. That's literally what she's talking about. Rolling arms in a damn circle. I don't even know what to say. How ridiculous that is. To roll your arms in a damn circle. Millions of people watch that. And you best believe there are people. I read the comments talking about how it was doing something. I don't know what they were seeing on their arms. If people could do this and slim down their arms, everybody in the gym would be doing this. Guys would be doing this to get big arms. Ladies would be doing this to tone those arms up to look great in those sleeveless tops they want to wear. That nonsense doesn't work. The only potential good for something like this is it's a gateway to better workouts. You do that for a couple of weeks and nothing happens. Or you're on the couch, you're a couch potato, you weren't doing anything at all. And this gets you in a groove, right? It's kind of how I never used to be a big fan of Planet Fitness. But then I realized Planet Fitness serves a purpose. If you want to get to a place where you're comfortable, you know, you're big, you are intimidated, maybe going to a regular gym, etc. You want a very safe space. It's great for this, right? To get you moving, working out, exercising. Later on, you can want to go to a more intense gym or stay there. That's fine. But that's the one purpose something like this arm twirling type thing is good for, right? It gets you moving, gets you doing something, but it sure as hell is not going to slim down your arms, right? It's the only purpose is to get you to do real exercises. And by real, I mean maybe just going for a walk, but not doing this twirling nonsense, right? That's not working.
Because you want a 7-day workout that's going to tone up the arms. Yeah, it's only 7 days. If it had said slimmer arms in 16 weeks, high intensity training combined with diet. No one's watching that because that's the actual way to do it. No one wants to know how to really do it. They want the shortcut that's magic.
That is so true. That's what I'm asking. Is it our fault that we're so gullible? Is it their fault for making content like this? Selling books, DVDs, programs, whatever? Is it our fault or their fault, right? Or is it both our faults? Are we both complicit in this? Is it like a wink thing? We know what they're doing, but we can't help ourselves. Is that it? Let me know in the comments. And I'm going to drop the show link. When we're finished, you guys can call in, to get on the show. Let me know your thoughts. Right? I'm curious to hear what you guys think on this topic. Very curious to hear this.
But there is no magic shortcut. And these videos are everywhere over the internet. It makes me sick. Physically, I feel a pain in my stomach as I watch it because they're getting millions of views, spewing nonsense. And then you fall for it, you watch it, and then you say, hey, I just burned 1,000 calories. I just burned 500 calories. And then you go pig out, you shove the food down your throat, and you say, I have a poor metabolism, that's why I'm fat. Bleh. You're
Remember, I told you guys earlier, this stuff is not without consequences, right? When you put out nonsense like this, why I don't put out nonsense like that, you can cause problems for people, right? Because if they believe this foolishness, they're going to do what you just said. They're going to be like, oh, I burned 1,000 calories, man. I can go pig out. I can go crazy on that ice cream. Go ham on that pizza. No, you can't. You didn't burn any goddamn 1,000 calories. No, you did not.
really saying it. You're thinking it. And then you're writing Coach Greg, I don't know why I can't lose weight. I did all this workout and I starved myself. No, you're full of poop. Go take a poop after you do an actual workout. And in 20 minutes, it's not enough. Enough is not enough. 20 minutes is never enough. It's a start.
I agree. It's a start. Like I said, it's a gateway, right? Go for a 20-minute walk. Put your shoes by the door, put them on. You don't have to go to the gym. You can gradually graduate to the gym, right? Maybe when you get to the gym, you do 30 minutes. Then you extend it to 40 minutes. But 20 minutes, you cannot transform your body in 20 minutes. That's just not enough. It's just not enough, man. I wish it was, but it's not. Just think of those hot bodies you see at the gym, right? Some of you guys go to the gym, you see that person there and you're leaving and they're still there. Now, some of these people overdo it. Don't get me wrong. But if you show up at the gym and 30 minutes later you're leaving and you've been working out for a while, are you working out hard enough? Probably not.
But it's not enough. Not unless you're on a freaking diet, a really hard diet that you probably don't like. Is 20 minutes a day enough to burn off enough calories to be in a deficit?
No. Because again, at that point in time, you're probably burning like 100 calories, right? So you know you need to have a food deficit of 400. That's going to be painful. A lot of y'all don't eat a lot of food anyway, right? Chopping 400 calories, and then after a while, that's going to stop working. So you have to cut again. So that's like he's saying, that's going to be a very painful diet. You're going to be suffering. You're going to be hungry. Hungry. Then you're going to become hangry. Hangry is what you're going to become.
You need to eat very low calorie diet if you're only doing 20 minutes of physical activity a day. And no, it doesn't matter if V-Shred says that you burn fat all day. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Listen to The Rock. It doesn't
Even The Rock agrees.
freaking matter. And there she goes again. The 30-second spit. Then she rests for 90 seconds. And tip number 2. Let's see what tip number 2 is. So, tip number 2. Let's see. Your metabolism is higher for hours after exercise. This means that you are burning calories both during your HIIT session and for the rest of the day, even when resting. That's true. You're burning about 30 calories more the rest of the day. You think
This burning calories thing the rest of the day, it's hyped up a lot, right? But it's not that much. It's like 20, 30, 40, something like that. Actually, I think he even says it at some point in the video, right? It's not that much. It's not that much. Eat a couple nuts or less than that, a couple sips of something, and poof, there's your 30 calories.
that this workout that she did is harder than if she went hard the whole time for 20 minutes? What do you think is harder? Just use your logic, use your brain. Let's use our brains together. Running for 30 seconds and then standing there and waiting 90 seconds while reading tips. Okay? You picture, right? 30 seconds, you're running, and then you're standing there for a minute and a half waiting to do a 30-second run again. 10 sets of that, or running the entire 20 minutes. Which one would you rather do? You'd probably rather run for 30 seconds and rest for 30 seconds and read tips or watch TV or text people than run the whole time and be tired the whole time. This way, you're tired during the 30 seconds. Yup, you are. It's pretty tough. And then you're resting. And then by a minute, you're like, oh yeah, there, that's good, that's good. And then you do it again and again. That is way easier than freaking running hard for 20 minutes. What do you think burns more calories? I've already done videos of this. You already know the answer. Tip number 3, HIIT can help you lose fat despite the relatively low time commitment. Well, yeah, it can help. So can standing up and sitting down once. I probably burned 0.1 calories doing that. If I go walk to the bathroom and come back, that's gonna help me burn fat. Making this video help me burn fat. I'm moving my arms around, yelling a lot, burning a lot of calories. Not a lot, some calories, enough to help you burn fat. So that's true.
I muted myself when I was drinking. Okay. Thankfully, I caught that. So I was saying, right, that this is too much. The steady state thing on the time is overrated. Very overrated. Or sorry, hit on the time in terms of saving time. If you do steady state for a little bit longer, it's going to work back out the same way. The key thing is, what are you going to be more consistent with? It doesn't matter what diet you have, what workout plan you have. It's all about consistency. The person with the perfect workout plan, the perfect diet that does it for a couple of weeks or a month is going to fail compared to the person with a crappy workout plan and diet who does it for 6 months or 9 months. All the studies show, irrespective of the diet or the workout plan, it's the person who is consistent that's going to win. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. That's the reality here. That's the reality.
But it's not a lot. It's not like, oh my goodness, it's 1,000 calories. And tip number 4, HIIT is a muscle-sparing type of cardio.
This is not exactly true. Again, think back to the gyms, right? You'll see some muscular dude or super fit lady and they're walking on the treadmill. It's a good speed or a slow speed. You're not busting their ass. They're not busting their ass. As a matter of fact, depending on how you do it, it can become problematic. Maybe you're not getting enough calories, maybe you're overdoing it. Steady state, depending on how you're doing it, right, is actually pretty good at preserving muscle, actually, which is why a lot of these bodybuilders, they're not doing any intense workouts, right? They're doing steady state type stuff.
This means that you won't lose muscle while performing HIIT. Why is she saying that? So if you go for a 60-minute walk, let's say you go for a 60-minute walk, that's not HIIT, you agree with me, right? You go walk the dog for an hour. Are you gonna lose muscle from walking the dog for an hour? But, oh, don't walk the dog for an hour.
You see, what they're doing is they're cherry picking the science, right? To make it seem like HIIT is this greatest thing since sliced bread. It is not the greatest thing since sliced bread. Again, I go back to your grandparents. They were not doing HIIT. Most of them were slim, or your great-grandparents. They were slim with no HIIT. They were doing steady state stuff. We're just moving around or walking, right?
Cardio, your body is going to get better at doing cardio. HIIT can reduce resting heart rate and blood pressure. It's full of health benefits. So is moderate intensity cardio. It's the same thing. They both improve. So then 3-minute.
That is so true. It's not, HIIT is not superior at these things at all. it's just not.
Cool down. What does she do? She just stands there not moving. She's just standing there not moving. Guess what? It's a cool down to cool you down slowly. The blood is pooling into the extremities, into your legs and so on. You're supposed to continue moving. That's so that the muscles can do the milking action in which it pumps blood back up the heart through veins. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins brings it back. When you just stop, for example, you sprint and you just stop, the blood is going away from the heart. It's not making its way back up as fast. That's why some people pass out after going hard, they throw up, and they do all kinds of stuff. It's because you're training wrong. The blood's not being pumped back to the heart because you're just sitting there. So if you do a set of squats or something and you just sit on the floor after, not the way to do it. You're supposed to keep moving. The best way is move around a little bit. Just walk around the gym. Check out the sights. Some of the guys, girls, the circles. Check out some of the scenes.
That's true. The worst thing you can do when you're doing exercise is just sit down there. You'll see it with boxers, right? Or martial arts guys. When they're in the corner, they're standing and they're bringing their arms up. It's actually making them recover quicker than if they were to sit for the very same things he just explained. It's counterintuitive, but very effective. And you notice when people are running, they try not to have them just drop to the floor and lay down, right? They try to get them up and moving around. This is also on purpose, not accidental.
And that's the end of the video. So do you see what nonsense is being shared here? People post what you want to see, what you want to believe, not what you need to see, what you need to believe. That's what I do. I promote the things that make sense.
This is so true, right? I mean, the video that this lady has made was just promoting all kinds of craziness, right? All kind of misleading information, all in an effort for views, essentially, right? Which is unfortunate.
Hour. And I'm a 200-pound bodybuilder with...
Let's listen to this part. This part I thought was interesting.
Best book ever. Okay, it is. I'm not going to say BS like, oh, here's my secret training book. You just work out for 20 minutes and you burn 1,000 calories. You don't. I can barely burn 1,000 calories in an hour. And I'm a 200-pound bodybuilder with a great cardiovascular system because I train it. And I can barely do it. If I have a hard time doing it, do you really think that the average person is burning that many calories in 1/3 the time because of some magical way of doing it, like HIIT cardio? Nope, they are full of you know what.
So again, right, this is a world-class level athlete here. He can barely do it. What are the odds of you doing it, right? So it's pretty unfortunate with these sorts of things. HIIT is not the be-all and end-all. Steady state, it can be just as effective. It just takes a little bit more time, right? But safer, you're less likely to get injury. And there are other little benefits as well, too. I mean, if you're new to exercising, right, the worst thing you could do is go from couch potato to HIIT. You typically need to be in shape to do HIIT to avoid hurting yourself. I'm going to drop the link again for anybody who wants to call up as well. Okay, so Tamika has a good question here. Tamika asks, I need to get rid of my fat and replace it with muscle for steady state to fully benefit me, right? Wrong, Tamika. No, you do not need to do this. Again, just think of very large people when they start working out, right? The doctors have them just walking, and they'll start to shrink. They'll start to shrink. Even without changing much of their diet, they'll start to shrink, right? Steady state is very effective at any weight, any size, right? HIIT, on the other hand, can be limited. Say you have heart problems or you're very unhealthy, then HIIT can be dangerous, actually. Instead of being healthy for your heart, it can be dangerous for your heart. It's a very good question. Thanks for the question. So you're asking Angelique about his arms appear in the camera. No, his arms are not small. His arms are quite big. He's a professional bodybuilder, as in he has a pro card. He has stepped on stage. He's won competitions. His name is Greg Duchette. His arms are definitely not small. It's probably the weird angle, but trust me, his arms are not small. Not small. Tamika asks, has this guy done steroids? He's probably not natural. He is publicly admitted to doing steroids. Yes. That's why he's that muscular, veins popping, etc. That's another reason. If you think about it, what he can do in an hour, how the hell can a normal person do it in 20 minutes? That's even more preposterous, right? More preposterous. Very good question. He's actually short. You can't tell. He's like 5'5", 5'6". He's not a tall guy. A lot of bodybuilders actually not tall. They just look tall because they're humongous. They're massive, but actually not tall. You know, a lot of, which you think would make sense. You're short, you're trying to look better, etc., etc. Start lifting weights. So, yeah. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? Positive therapy response. Consistency is the key. Yes, it is. It is. You can't get something for nothing, man. You can't get something for nothing. Hello, B. Paulie. Missed you when you joined the show. Welcome again. So yeah, I mean, B. Paulie's exercises are pretty tough. His pistols, one-legged squats and stuff like that. Yeah. Those are pretty difficult. You can't get something for nothing. Yeah. Tamika points with a good point. They can't sell if we don't buy. That is so true. I mean, that's what I was asking earlier. You know, are we the problem? Are they the problem? Are we both the problem? Because if we didn't buy this stuff, they would stop making this stuff, right? But it sells clearly. You know, that video has many. I think it's up to like 10 million views now, like a year later. It's crazy, right? Yeah. That is the problem. That's the problem. The rolling your arms in a circle is a stretch that dancers do to loosen you up, typically before the floor and bar work in ballet. Okay, yep, good warm up. Not a great exercise to slim the arms, right? Yeah. Skincare do's and do it with the laughs. I would be rolling my arms all day if it worked. Hello, Seekamethus. Welcome to the show. Yeah. I think, like I said, if we could roll our arms. Angelique with the honesty. I clicked on things that said, "Oh, I lost 10 pounds in a week." Guilty as charged. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tamika, you're very right here. Seems like the more outlandish the claim, the more successful video. Yes, this is true. You have some of the biggest channels on the internet are filled with these crazy claims. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know any better. And if you got to think about it, right, unfortunately, you can have one influencer with 20, 50, 80 million followers, and you could have a legion of people like Greg Duchette there has over 1 million. I have like 1,200. It's a drop in the bucket compared to these people, right? Who have tens of millions of followers. Yeah. Sika Mathis asks, so it's unrealistic to lose 20 pounds in 2 months? Yeah, anything more than 2 pounds per week, which is 8 times 16, is usually considered extreme. Now, in 2 months, especially if you're just starting out, right, and you're at a certain size, yeah, you could lose 20 pounds in 2 months. Beyond that, the weight loss is gonna, slowly trickle down, right? It's gonna slowly trickle down. But initially, depending on your body fat percentage, how heavy you are, you could do that. Like somebody who's 300, 250 or whatever, they could drop several pounds, a couple pounds that first week, right? Or the first 2 weeks. But then that rate is just gonna slow down. It's gonna just naturally slow down. So that's a very good question, because I met a guy the other day and he wanted to transform in like 3 months, lose, I don't know, was it 50 pounds or something? And I was breaking it down to him why that's not healthy. Even if you could do it, that's extremely unhealthy, right? You're talking starvation and other kind of craziness. You're going to pay a price for that. So Seekamethis, if you consistently lost more than 20 pounds every 2 months, you'll eventually pay a price. You're going to destroy your metabolism and eventually you're going to put back on the weight, except it's going to be all fat. Plus some of that weight you lose is going to be muscle, which is going to be more problematic down the road, right? More problematic down the road. Let's see. Yes, so true here. It got say how I lost 40 pounds in a week. Yeah, that'll get you the views for sure. Well, unfortunately, Angelique, that person had several videos like that, right? What is 1,000 calories in 20 minutes, the arm twirling nonsense, or some other kind of craziness. You see these things like lose the fupa in 2 weeks. I don't know if you people know fat upper blank area. Yeah, you didn't gain it in 2 weeks or 2 months. You're not losing it in 2 weeks. Doesn't work that way, right? But people believe these things, I agree with the positive therapist. No, it's not an accident. They do it on purpose. I agree. Things like this now, this is effective. Jacob's ladder. Good for you being able to stand it. I think they're talking about Angelique. So I remember she said she liked that. Yeah. Angelique is pretty hardcore doing the Jacob's ladder. So, yeah. Yeah, this is, oh yeah, here we go. I did a half marathon in 2018, says Angelique, and there's no way I trained like that. I just jogged on a daily basis and I thought I was going to die after I finished the damn run. Yes, exactly. Exactly. There's no way in hell you could have done your half marathon a couple times for the week, right? That's another problem with this workout. Even forget that it burns 1,000 calories in terms or whatever. Well, it doesn't. It's difficult to put yourself through that kind of stress. That's why it was called a fast run, what she was doing. It wasn't truly high intensity training, right? Yeah. Right. I don't want to do it. Nothing that intense for an hour. I barely like doing the Stairmaster for 30 minutes. Yep. That is so true. That is so true. So true. It is, yeah. It is the issue. Let's pretend the issue is her follower. Let's don't know what she's trying to say is impossible. Okay. Yeah, that's the issue. You know, yeah, people are getting hooked on the short amount of time. This is so true. This is so true. Okay, so I missed the super chat here from Angelique. It's amazing that I missed these things. Oh no, it's new. Okay, I was wondering. Thank you so much, Angelique. I really appreciate these super chats from you guys, especially Angelique. Thank you so much. It's your hard-earned money, and I appreciate it. I don't take this stuff for granted. So how would you convince a person cardio is not as fat-burning as weightlifting? I don't even think I believe it yet. Honestly, I tend to sweat more during cardio more than when I lift. Should I go a week lifting and see? Yes, you should definitely go a week lifting and see. What I've told friends, this is usually female friends, is when you go in the gym, look at where the hottest bodies are, male and female. Where are they? Are they on the elliptical machine? No. Are they on the treadmill? No. Are they in the Zumba class? No. They're always in the weightlifting section. Always in the weightlifting section. Always in the weightlifting section. Always. Always. The lady with the ass that you admire saying, God damn, I wish my ass looked like hers. Or the dude with the jacked arms. He's not on the elliptical machine. She is not on the treadmill. She's doing squats or lunges with dumbbells or the glute machine. She's lifting weights or in the leg press machine. That's why her ass looks great. That's why her thighs look great. That's why he has a big chest, big biceps. It's not an accident. Weightlifting is superior. The optimal thing is to do them both, weightlifting and cardio. But if you have to pick one, it's always weightlifting. Always weightlifting. Always. I did a video with my coach, my first coach, a bikini model. She was leg pressing like 600 pounds and she weighed like 130 pounds. You look at pictures of her, you see her legs look great, her ass looks great, everything looks great, right? That was built lifting weights. It was not built doing cardio. That is never built. Think of the Olympics. Which bodies look hotter? The long distance runners or the sprinters? The sprinter them look hotter. You see the girl them in the 100-meter finals with them thighs and booties? Think Serena Williams. Serena Williams didn't build that body jogging, doing endless cardio, right? Yes, running around playing tennis is cardio for sure. There's lots of sprinting, fast up, and she lifted weights. You see Serena Williams' arms? Lots of weightlifting, man. Lots of weight. You just look at the hottest bodies in the world, Beyonce, etc. They lift weights. Look at the hottest dudes. They lift weights. All your action heroes, they lift weights. Michael B. Jordan, the guy who plays Captain America, Thor, whatever, Jason Momoa, they all lift weights. You got to lift weights. Weights is by far the best thing. By far the best thing. Regarding convincing them, just Google it. The science is crystal clear on this. Cardio is psychologically, it is seductive because you sweat a lot and you feel like you've done something. Oh, I'm sweaty, I'm hot and I'm bothered. Personal trainers know this. That's why if you go to the gym, personal trainers are always having people do some cardio stuff, playing with the ropes, the battle ropes, or jumping up and down, doing some fantastical looking thing. I always tell people when I've been asked this, ask the damn trainer, why the people them over there who don't look like you, as in them look better than you, why them not doing what him or her telling you to do? If the trainer themselves look hot, ask them, is this what them do to look hot? No, that's not what them do. If it's a guy, was lifting weights, guaranteed his ass was lifting weights. If it's a woman, she was lifting weights too. She never build it in Zumba. She never build it with a 5-pound dumbbell. She never do it on the elliptical. That's a lie. They never built it this way. You can't build it this way, though. You have to lift weights. It's all about the weights. All about the weights. All about the weights. Great question. Great question. And I'm very passionate about that topic. It's a very misunderstood thing. Okay, another super chat coming in. Skincare do's and don'ts. How do you feel about apps like Peloton that promote HIIT workouts to their followers and patrons? So again, their HIIT workouts are usually not HIIT. I have a friend, she has a Peloton. She put on like 30 pounds with that Peloton and it wasn't muscle. Nope. I was helping her lose weight. She was losing like a pound, a little over a pound a week. Zero cardio. Let me say that again. Zero cardio. She was just lifting weight only. You're not losing a pound a week just doing cardio. Not consistently. Nope. The science is pretty clear on this. Every sport does weightlifting. The best golfers lift weight. Tiger Woods didn't build his body doing cardio. Tiger Woods lifted weight. He changed golf because he was athletic. The typical golfer was just overweight. They were tall. They could play golf good, but Tiger Woods brought athleticism to golf. The same way Serena and Venus changed female tennis by bringing serious athleticism, right? Those muscles were built partially in the gym, lifting weights, a good deal of weights, right? You can see modern tennis players have changed as a result. The female tennis players, right? They don't look the way they used to look 20 years ago because they're lifting weights too now. Same with the golfers. The golfers more look like Tiger Woods today than 20 years ago because they all lift weights now. They all lift weights. Good question there. Angelique with the jokes today. I'm from the motherland. My behind is blessed. It's these damn fat arms and belly that don't want to go nowhere. Well, the number one thing there, Angelique, is diet. The diet supersedes everything. You cannot out-workout a bad diet. I don't care what workout plan you have, right? It's all about the diet. Diet is like 80%, which means the kitchen. If you fail in the kitchen, you fail everywhere. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot out-workout a bad diet. It can't be done. Even the people them who take steroids will tell you it's all about the diet, right? It's all about the diet. It's all about the diet. You have to eat right, the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, the right amount of fat, not too much, not too little. This is what I come back to something I've said before many times on shows, right? What holds most people back? Lack of knowledge and pride. Or to be more blunt, ignorance and arrogance. Don't know what you're doing. Some of the things you think are true are not true. Don't know what you don't know. And you think you can figure it all out on your own, right? But at some point in time, you should get professional help. I got professional help. I transformed. You see my before and afters. I'm in my 40s. I got professional help. These people know what the hell they're doing. They know what they're doing. You saw the interview with that celebrity trainer, Matt, right? He's taken males, females, different ages, and make them look fantastic. These people are knowledgeable. Very, very knowledgeable. You saw the interview with the super massage therapist, right? Who works on professional athletes. He can do amazing things. These people can do amazing things. They know so much. They know the right ways to motivate you. It's one of the reasons I got into coaching myself, right? I do coaching too. So helped a lady lose 50 pounds. Yeah. But this is a good thing, Angelique. The lucky thing for you, Angelique, is the part you said you're blessed with. That's genetics. You know, so it's better to have, you're lucky to have that. Let me put it to you that way. The other stuff you can change with dieting, right? You can't diet your way to getting a booty. It's going to be difficult. Don't fall, you ladies, don't fall for this thing about this thickness business, right? A lot of these programs out there about getting thick, right? Most of you will just get fat or fatter because some of the ladies in those videos or those posts, they have the BBL or they're photoshopping or they're doing other stuff You know, other stuff like taking some of those secret supplements, those special supplements. You remember a lady called into the show. What did she say? She looked so good. She didn't need to go shopping to actually try stuff on. She would just order stuff because it didn't matter what showed up. She would make the clothing look good. That wasn't an exaggeration, right? Some of this stuff, it don't just make these dudes super muscular. It can make women look super smoking hot, extremely feminine, no masculinity in their body parts at all. They just look smoking hot, smoking hot. Beyonce hot, Serena Williams hot, right? Their body just looks awesome. So don't fall for those tricks about this thickness nonsense, right? Because most of it is just that is nonsense. They show this one skinny picture of themselves, then this other one over here with big booties and big tits. What? They worked out to get their breasts big too? No. And there are other ways to tell. I don't remember off the top of my head. Like sometimes the navel has moved. All these little subtle things to figure out if they've done surgeries. And of course, they claim it's not the surgery. It's their magic tea, their magic waist trainer. I did a video on that nonsense because that stuff is nonsense. Or some of the foolish foo-foo diet I'm promising you. All nonsense. Do not fall for that. Please do not. Let's see what else we got here after my little rant. Let's see what else we got going on here. We're talking about here. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is some interesting stuff regarding what you guys have to do for working out. I shaved my hair 2 years ago because I didn't want to keep washing it. Mind you, I was like 115 pounds and had the audacity to think I was fat. That is funny. That is funny. But you know, it's funny you said from the motherland, right? Because, you know, back home, I'm sure in Nigeria, where I'm from in Jamaica, there are a lot of ladies that are 115, 120, 125, right? So, of course, you clearly weren't fat, but yeah, my point being. Yes, here's a good point here for Igwe's daughter. I know this holds back some ladies, or a lot of ladies, the hair thing. That's another reason I love wearing my hair natural. I sweat my butt off and my hair accepts it. Yes, that's a very good point there, right? I remember when I had the spin class during lunchtime, the ladies in there were usually not black ladies because the time it took to fix the hair to get back to the office, that would be problematic for them. This was years ago now. Lived in Texas. But yeah. This is funny. What? I can't bench my way to big breast. No, you cannot. But doing chest work can help firm up the breast. That's a real thing. That's not fake. That is for real. You know, because underneath the breast tissue, just like me with that chest, right? There's musculature underneath there. So as a lady, if you're doing chest work, that's why I have female clients do chest work. It can help perk the breast up. And that's real. That is a real thing. You can Google this if you don't believe me. But trust me, it's a real thing. So that's another reason to go get yourself a good trainer. I'm sure a lot of you ladies didn't know that. So actually, you can not bench your way to bigger breasts, but you can make them more perky. A little bit perky. B. Polly, welcome again. Hey, what are the pros and cons of light workouts at night? I usually like to do a static exercise and holds at night. Well, this depends. Are you doing them after you do some other kind of workout? So static stretches or static exercise, I assume you're talking like holding poses. That's great post workout or just by themselves. Like you say you're doing yoga or the stretches at night by yourself. That is good before night for multiple reasons. Can help with your sleep, help prime your muscles for better recovery. The science has changed regarding doing static before serious workouts, right? Like nowadays, you wouldn't do like what you're doing with growing up as a kid, doing all these static stretches before explosive movements. You'd want to more do dynamic stretching, right? Which is more like a warm-up stretch to stuff with the motion, like legs up and down, stuff like that. Not just a static hold, right? But they're great at night. There's not any more, the only con I could think of the top of my head is if you're doing it before you go to do some intense workout. But you wouldn't want to do an intense workout at night before bed, not unless your schedule is forced to do it. Like I've done a show before, finished this show, and just really have the itching to go to the gym and go work out. I've done this. And I still got a good night's sleep. But usually that kind of thing will negatively affect your sleep, right? You do stand a chance of it. I mean, this Oura Ring has told me before. It said, oh, the next morning, say your body temperature was elevated or your heart rate took long to lower. Did you work out? Plus, usually you want to make sure you get a post-workout meal in, right? Now, depending how late it is, and again, you got to be flexible, right? So I've worked out at 11 p.m., finishing at midnight, whatever. I still had a good night's sleep, but that's not something you want to do on a regular basis. We discussed the importance of sleep the other day, right? So usually, long story short, there's way more pros than cons, B. Polly. Very good question there. A lot of people are confused about the stretching. They do the old school stretching at the wrong times. See, skincare doing with them IG fitness girls definitely got B-bills, trying to convince people to let them train them. Yes, so true. One of the good tips I saw, it's actually Greg Deschetti pointed this out, where you see somebody on Instagram with these huge followings and they have just a couple YouTube videos or something because they don't really have anything to say. They look fantastic, right? They look totally fantastic, but they can't really train anything or say anything, but they have these programs, right? I don't even know if they wrote them. They're like the marketing face, essentially. They look hot or super handsome, and they're just the face of the product, but they don't really know anything per se. So you got to be careful there. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. See, I've not missed any super chats or anything like that. I'm going to put down a last call for anybody who wants to call in. I thought All In was a pretty good video just to show the nonsense that's out there, right? I know a lot of you guys know, but there's people, and I think one or two people, I don't want to call them out, that seem shocked by what was in this video tonight. But just like Greg says, there is a lot of that nonsense out there, unfortunately. And they trick people a lot. They really, really, really do. They're very convincing. They look good. They're fit or pretty or handsome or whatever. And they are good salespeople, right? They're good salesmen. They convince you if you take this magic thing, you'll look like them. And you want to believe it. And they'll stare straight in the eye and they don't tell you the truth. It is what it is. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, yeah. So last call before I wrap things up, just giving you guys a couple extra times. What did Egoist daughter say? I don't think I've ever done anything to burn 1,000 calories, so I'm not sure how this is even possible. Yeah. I think the most I would see on my Apple Watch, like over 2+ hours in the gym or something, was like 900 and some calories or something like that. And even then, I doubt it was accurate. Yeah, the ability to do this in 20 minutes it's so mind-boggling to me. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and if it was just the one video, but this person's done several like that, and there are a lot of these very big channels like that. Now, the video Greg made, that was like a year ago, right? I am curious to see how much views that thing has now. The real one, I like to say it was like 10 million, but let me double check. Growwithjo. Stuff was so comical when I first saw it some time ago, right? Oh my goodness, 1,000 calories. Okay, it's 2.9 million views now, not 10 million. Okay, so it's effectively, it's more than doubled, because he said when he did the video it was like 1 million something, right? So it's effectively doubled a year ago. Ironically, his video has 297,000 views. So you could say he's educated 297,000 people. She has misled 2.9 million people. This is what I'm talking about. You'll have one influencer here saying the right stuff, and then the misleading one is way, way up there. It's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate, but it is how it is. It is what it is. It's very unfortunate. Luckily, you guys have me bringing you the truth, the no BS versions of things, right? So that's one of the things I was determined to not do when I was going to start this channel, not become some kind of a sellout in an effort to sell videos promising lose the fupa in 2 weeks, another mumbo jumbo nonsense. I was determined to not do that. Yeah. Positive therapist. It was a great representation of the fraudulent behaviors by these influencers who are selling lies. That is true. They are very much selling lies, you know. it is what it is. So I feel like these people have no conscience, right? They pretty much have no conscience. So, all right. So we had a great show today, very educational. Tomorrow we'll have another great show. Haven't decided what it is yet, but it will be awesome because you guys are awesome. You guys definitely make these shows so much more fun. I enjoy these so much more fun than just making the talking head videos where I'm just looking at the camera like I'm looking at now with nobody to interact with. This is A, more fun, B, more fun, C, more fun, D, educational, because I get to learn new things all the time. And that's not fake whatsoever. I definitely get to learn new things all the time, which I love. Love learning new things. I'm a seeker of knowledge big time. So wonderful hump day again. I guess it's hump night at this point. It's 9:19. I did not go to the gym today, but after talking about with B Paul and his questions, I think I'm going to go hit the gym now. I think I am. Get a workout in, you know. You don't want to get into that rut where you're like, oh, it's late, it's this, it's that. Sometimes we just got to get in there, man. Just get the damn workout in. And I'm going to do a light workout today. Just to get the blood moving. Lift at moderate weight. Nothing heavy. Don't let ego get in the way either of your workouts. You know, do not let that get in the way of your workouts. But maybe we can do that for another show. So later's my massive. Me I go long now. For those of you who don't speak Jamaican patois, that is goodbye, my people. Bam.